idiots in Parliament are going to regret sending me here. What brings you all the way to the extraction mill? My lady, there's only so much leniency I can show. How much longer must I turn a blind eye? Have we not already granted you 3 extensions? What are we to do if you request yet another delay? This is becoming untenable. Any further delays and we risk having an inspection team dispatched from Calpheon.
Sir Edmund Jawson, I hear you're a knight of Calpheon. Are you threatening House 𝕨𝕭𝕥𝕟𝓚?
Threatening? I'm simply stating procedures. And why, yes, I was knighted by the Callis Parliament. Perhaps you have forgotten to whom your father, His Grace, swore allegiance, Lady 𝕨𝕭𝕠𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏
Adventurer, I've run into a little, slight problem. Would you help me?
Slight problem? I'm sorry, did you say a slight problem? Lady Jarette, you are grossly underestimating the situation.
You have had the Black Crystal rights for 7 long years. Shall we never again own what is rightfully ours? Is Calphion's conscience so unperturbed? Oh, this unconscionable exploitation is truly tiresome. How much longer do you intend to milk this mine?
Exploitation? You'd be wise to watch your words, my lady. I have proof of Bobby Lauren's forged ledgers. Do you really believe that Grand Chamberlain Ducasse is unaware? Persist in this matter, and I'll call for the inspection team.
You plan to accuse a man renowned for his integrity of such a crime? Ha! Who would believe you? Ha! And just how long do you plan on blaming us for the declining extraction when we have such poor equipment? Why don't you send more technicians for maintenance? You have to invest to get results. Invest!
As per the terms of the contract, signed in the Declaration of Surrender, production and transportation are the sole jurisdiction of Serendia.
Surrender this, declaration that. Oh! You pick and choose when you want to be an ally, and now you're treating us like this? You swine!
There it is. There's the lady's temper. I haven't seen it for a long time. Lady Jarette, Sir Edmund, I would like to propose a solution. Would you care to hear it?
Oh, Lady Isabel, as expected from one of the prestigious Calphion merchant families. By all means, go ahead. I am all ears.
Sir Edmund, I hear that you've been searching for high-purity black stones recently. In secret, that is.
How did you... No, that's not the point. Yes, I have been searching, but I've found nothing.
Then why not commission the most skilled adventurer in Serendia? Oh, don't tell me. You've been away on business in Calphion for so long to have not heard about this adventurer's fame?
While that's true, that place, it's full of danger. There are remnants of Blackstone scattered all over.
I don't think danger will be a problem. Right, adventurer?
While that's true, that place, it's full of danger. There are remnants of Blackstone scattered all over.
If you pull this off, I'll immediately recommend you for special position within our ranks.
I don't like siding with this woman, but I must admit it's a realistic solution.
If you are both in agreement, then it's fine with me. Well, what's the worst that could happen? Towards the Orc camp, west of the extraction mill. Our detectors reacted to something in that direction, but as you get closer, they stop reacting. It's like something is interfering. There are too many orcs for our troops to subdue, so we've been forced to stand down. If we manage to thin their numbers a bit, that may give us some sort of lead. If you are both in agreement, then it's fine with me. Well, what's the worst that could happen? Me. You will...
We are already fear itself. Shadow Knights are omnipresent.
Who are you, exactly? The one who sent the sword through Edmund?
We are the Shadow Knights. We serve King Belmorn of Hexa.
He's long dead. Huh?
That's right, Jordine. We've been preparing for the King's resurrection.
Nonsense.
Just one final step remains. A vessel to contain our King's pure wrath and ambition. You, Jordine.
You dare to make me a sacrifice?
I see it differently. Jordine, do you not wish for the destruction of Kel'Thuzad? With Lord Belmorn's power, that can easily come to fruition.
Serendia need not stoop to dark sorcery. By my might alone, Calpheon will crumble.
You will soon make your decision. Our King.
I don't think danger will be a problem. Right, adventurer?
Orcs are no easy opponents, yet you returned unscathed. Did you manage to find anything? Oh, impressive. After refinement, this will suffice for our current shipment.
And with this, our adventurer has solved yet another case. Congratulations on joining the ranks of the 𝕂 Merchant Guild.
I believed in you, adventurer. This time I will personally report of your success to Sir Jourdain.
Maybe with this incident, the winds of change shall stir up relations between Serendia and Calpheon. Such a high-purity black crystal! Well then, before refining it, I'll try it first. Getting banished to a backwater place like this? Me? You old goats in Parliament are going to regret sending me here.
It feels good to have such a long-standing problem behind us. Adventurer, why don't we go for another drink? Shall we head back to 𝐻𝑒𝓁𝓁? And don't worry, it's my treat today. I'll go ahead and grab us a table. Feel free to take care of any business you need to attend to first. Don't be too late. Golden Toad Inn, got it? See you there. You're finally here. Have a drink, have a drink. Let's drink until we're black-spirited. Ha 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 ha. Come on, don't be shy. Have a drink. It's honey wine brewed at Alejandro Farm. Simply divine. You have to down it in one go. Ready? That's the spirit. Oh, I feel alive.
Why, Lady 𝕂, you can certainly hold your liquor.
Huh? Isabel, what are you doing here? Don't tell me you followed us.
Me? Don't be absurd. We, the 𝕂 Merchant Guild, have acquired this establishment.
That Bobby Lauren, all talk and no action. I'm in a good mood today. I'll let it slide.
I hate to show up and spoil the mood, but it's a rather urgent matter.
What is it? It better not be something trivial. From tomorrow, this inn will be under strict surveillance.
It's about the war. The war between Serendia and Calpheon.
What are you talking about? Did I hear you correctly?
Yes. Grand Chamberlain Jourdain Ducasse is planning to wage war against Calpheon.
Do you realize what you're saying? Serendia is a vassal state. Why would we... If you're not careful with your words, both the Trina Knights and Delphi Knights will come marching this way.
I'm well aware. That's why I'm discussing this discreetly with you and the adventurer. Simply put, the current standing Serendian army is too large to merely be used for subduing bandits and demi-humans. Despite being burdened with high taxes, Farms across 𝓂 are stockpiling surplus, and Median mercenaries are quietly amassing while only being appointed to menial tasks. You've seen it with your own eyes, haven't you? Adventurer, you too. Don't tell me you believe all this was done to bolster the strength of the nation. And don't misunderstand. I want to prevent a war. I just want to grow the Shan Merchant Guild by boosting 𝓂's economy. Besides, 𝐾alphionn is about to hold an election for Chief Counselor. They don't want any ruckus. My father, a member of the Callis Parliament, is a candidate for Chief Counselor.
You... Ugh. I will not! This concerns my people. If you were me, how could you possibly remain calm after hearing such slander? Ugh. Do you have any proof? This is all circumstantial. I must hear it directly from Sir Jardine himself. I cannot trust the words of some merchant. I cannot trust...
Don't worry about the little lady. I've already sent word to Sir Roy. We're short on time. We need to resolve this matter entirely within a few days. Thanks to the exceptional skills of our newest member, we've already made great progress. The Baron of Montvidal stirring up conflict, the Fogans and Nagas threatening Glish, and the Orcs' gradual expansion of power. Not to mention the delivery issues at the extraction mill. Now only the Baragi bandits remain. But isn't the standing force of 𝓂 a bit excessive for that? The Callis Parliament has already begun to notice. Sooner or later an inspection team will be dispatched. Imagine 𝐾alphionn requesting a reduction of the standing army. Would Jardine really want to give up all that power? In that case, he would probably go to war. Even if he doesn't desire it, the situation will force his hand. You mean the investment of the Black Crystal extraction mill, right? I knew that wasn't 𝓂's fault. Seeing the look on Sir Edmund's face when you presented that Black Crystal, it was obvious what he had been up to. At first, I thought it was Jardine embezzling his military nest egg. Well, I suppose they're both guilty of embezzlement in the end. The important thing is what the Callis Parliament thinks, not where the Black Crystals ended up being used. I'm certain someone I know well within the council is likely to have a connection with Sir Edmund. Hold it. Let's sort things out one at a time. It's better to tackle everything clearly. Right, Rookie? Taken aback by the title. I did promise you a position for a job well done. Worry not. The title will soon prove a useful status to wield. A fine plan. The Grand Chamberlain already trusts you. If there's anyone let his guard down around, you are the only one in all of 𝓂 who can gather reliable information directly from him now. But remember, don't push him too far. If something unfortunate happened to you, it'd be quite a shame. Got it? I'll look at the financial records of this inn. It seems it was once the base of Bobby and the high-dealing merchants. Well, I know the real power was his sister, Grace Lauren. But, judging by Bobby's demeanor, I doubt we'll get anything interesting out of them.
Please, come in. You're just returning from having a drink. Praise for you has been abundant in my circles. I simply couldn't resist extending an invitation to meet. So I came back carrying Lady 𝐻𝑒𝓁𝓁. I suppose you were her drinking companion. First I perceived you as a young, ambitious upstart, seeking to rise above their station. But it seems Lady 𝐻𝑒𝓁 saw something more you may have overlooked. So, what brings you to me? For you, I can spare the time. Let's be frank. The lives of Serendians have changed little under 𝐾alphion's rule. His Grace has always been a king to his people, and I'm merely ruling in accordance with his wishes. Recently, due to issues with our finances, we've had to raise taxes. Rest assured, it's only a temporary measure. Ever since that war, since our defeat, Serendia has been robbed of the opportunity to grow stronger as a nation. Our country may have lost the war, and our king is crowned. But the victors did not strip us of our autonomy. While we may appear free to politic in our people's best interest, 𝐾alphionn continues to chip away at our rights one by one. Take the Black Crystal Extraction Mill, for instance. Anything produced there is automatically property of 𝐾alphionn. The black crystals hold the potential to make our nation a political superpower, yet we are not even allowed to study and research them. 𝐾alphionn crushed us because of those black crystals. Now they're taking them from our lands too. I yearn for my homeland to become a country of greater strength, a country that won't be infringed upon by foreign nations. The first step would be reclaim the rights to the extraction mill. Those resources, we'll be able to accomplish even greater feats. It won't be an easy task, which is why Serendia needs more talents like you. If you agree, I plan to introduce you to His Grace tomorrow. The wealth and honor I promised will follow. If you view it as just another slick politician's rhetoric for the nation, it might be hard to grasp. I too am a citizen of a defeated country. The horrors of war were an unavoidable fate for my family as well. Indeed, my youth was a hedonistic blur of boozing, womanizing, and gambling. After the war, my life changed. It's not the most exciting tale. Would you care to listen? My father was once Lord Constable of Serendia, and then one day he was exiled. He was accused of deeply offending the king. As the scales tipped, I lived recklessly. I wallowed in the arms of a woman named Roxanne. Alfonso, Ernest, had eyes only for Princess 𝐻𝑒𝓁. I wished him the best. Then, suddenly, the Princess of 𝐾alphionn, who was married to one of the princes of Serendia, died. 𝐾alphionn pinned the blame on Serendia and waged war against us. In the ensuing war, my father was killed. Consumed with anger and grief, I enlisted in the army alongside Alfonso. I still remember the moment I reclaimed my father's sword from the blood-soaked battlefield. We were on the cusp of victory when Princess 𝐻𝑒𝓁 was taken hostage. Alfonso proposed the formation of a rescue party. His intentions were clear. He wanted to make a name for himself, elevate his status, and win the heart of his love. However, it was I who ended up rescuing the princess locked in the tower. Alfonso, unable to contain his eagerness, wounded his leg. The rescue operation did not go as intended. General Cliff used me as a decoy to escape with the princess. As a strategist, it was the obvious choice. I was left to survive by the skin of my teeth and return to hiding. Upon my return, I learned Serendia had been defeated. The king had surrendered, and was now a duke. The 𝐾alphionn army then swept across Serendia, reducing 𝕨𝕭𝕟𝕟 to ruins as a stark example. Then I began courting 𝐻𝑒𝓁. Alfonso, in shock from all that transpired, went into seclusion. A year later, when the Duke returned from the war tribunal, 𝐻𝑒𝓁 and I pledged to marry. In that moment, the sole survivor of a crumbling family became the heir to an entire country. Shortly after, I became Grand Chamberlain, overseeing affairs of state in the Duke's stead. Now, with unfettered access to our nation's secrets, I learned of everything that had occurred during the war. My parents passed away while resisting 𝐾alphionn's attack on the Western Front. That tragedy was avoidable and born entirely from General Cliff's misjudgments. I couldn't stand the sight of him, so I demoted him and sent him to the outskirts of Balanos. 𝐾alphionn then constructed a black crystal extraction facility in the Western Swamp, keeping its output for themselves. It was only then that I came to understand the princess's death had been but an excuse to wage war, to obfuscate their true intentions. Moreover, the subject of my youthful affections, Roxanne Fiaza, was discovered to be a 𝐾alphionian spy. By plunging Serendia's royal family into chaos, 𝐾alphionn created an excuse to attack. She orchestrated the princess's kidnapping and delivered 𝐾alphionn their victory on a silver platter. There were many questions I wished to ask her, but alas, she had already taken her own life. Ever since then, I've been living desperately to set things right again. 𝐾alphionn stole everything from my country. Everything from me. My family, my country, everything. Feels good to get that tale off my chest after so long. Give my proposal some thought and let me know what you decide. An opportunity like this doesn't knock twice. I trust you understand. And yes, it pertains to the White Witch you've been seeking. There's a theory suggesting she's connected to the disappearances we're investigating in southern Serendia. But for now, evidence is merely circumstantial, so there's not much to go on. I'll let you know as soon as we have something solid. I've prepared a special meal for you. The cook here is quite skilled, so please, give it a try.
Isabel won't be holding her head high for long.
Are you back from meeting 𝕁𝕭𝓠𝓁? How did it go? Did he say anything? So, even though he didn't say it outright, an intense fury for Calpheon burns within him. Well, there's nothing more we can do for now. Let's get some rest and reconvene tomorrow. It's nothing luxurious, but I've arranged a room for you. I hope you sleep soundly. 𝕁 Merchant Guild would bring great profit to Hyrule. Why can't we understand?
How could this happen? Tell me! Why are they tormenting us like this? Adventurer, what are we to do?
Don't cry, Lady Jarette. The heir of Serendia should not shed tears over such matters.
Calpheon ordered us to disband our army by day's end. Hence, even I was summoned from Balanos. The imp issue is far from resolved, yet they demand a hasty disbandment. This spells trouble. 𝕁𝕠𝓠, what could he have done to provoke such a response from Calpheon?
To be forced to dismiss the army at a time like this? Joe, what will you do now?
It's your first time laying eyes on me, unhelmed. It is I, Baron Alfonso Rundi of Montvedel. Once the power of the Black Stone faded, I regained my true form. Handsome, aren't I? The disbandment order applies to my domain as well, so I rushed here to inform His Grace. I'm just waiting here while the Grand Chamberlain is having a private audience with him. Why did I drag myself to 𝐻𝑒:𝓁? Did you not already knock some sense into me? Thanks to Lady Isabel, I've managed to reconcile with Jerry. Not quite there yet with Joe, though. Even though they rule over us, it's an order I simply cannot comprehend.
Did you rest well? The world has changed overnight. It appears we have another busy day ahead. Captain Cliff has urgently requested my assistance. The disbandment order was issued because of what the Shadow Knights did. The Shadow Knights have long been deemed heretics in Calpheon, and Calpheon has persistently sought to address this thorn in its side. Following your visit to the extraction mill, they struck under cover of night, laying waste to the place. It must have been Sir Edmund who reported the incident to Calpheon, and then the disbandment order was delivered by dawn. Heretics were discovered in the Protectorate. Thus, the need to root out potential traitors justified their order to disband.
What? Oh, don't tell me. You're framing him? What, are you a spy from Calpheon? Huh?
Lady Jarette, please, calm down. This adventurer is merely a wanderer who awoke with no memories.
Oh my. Come to think of it, Lady Jarette was the first person to have met the adventurer after they awoke.
That's right, Jerry. Think about it. Remember all they've done for us. They probably didn't even know who the Shadow Knights were.
What business did the Grand Chamberlain have with them? Was it black crystals? Sacrificial offerings of virgins and children?
The king? The Shadow Knights seek a king now? Master Alustin, it was just as you surmised.
Indeed. It seems they aim to revive the Monarch of Darkness, Belmorn.
Belmorn? Captain, was Belmorn not the old king who ruled the fallen Hexa Kingdom?
Lady 𝕭𝒏💏, our chief concern should be the disbandment order. I need you to persuade the Grand Chamberlain to accept Calpheon's terms. In the meantime, we will uncover the lair of those specters and drive off those scoundrels for good.
What are you talking about, Captain? Are you suggesting that we station Calpheon's army within our borders?
Accept the disbandment order first. It will prove to Calpheon that we have no allegiance to the heretics. And then, before Calpheon's forces march into Serendia for a full-scale investigation, Alfonso, the adventurer, and I must locate the base of those bastards and put an end to them for good.
Lady 𝕭𝒏💏, Captain Cliff's judgment is sound. Should Calpheon uncover any hint of heresy, Serendia would once again fall victim to the atrocities of war. Surely such an outcome is far from your desires.
Damn it! I don't understand a word of what any of you are saying. But it seems like I have to shoulder some responsibility as well.
Silence! Have you forgotten what those Calpheon bastards did to me? You dare ask me to call in those soldiers again?
My lady!
Lady 𝕭𝒏💏!
Would the Grand Chamberlain truly accept that? A man who took great pains to raise an army just to strike at Calpheon? It won't be easy.
Is this true? Alfonso, did you know? Why didn't you say anything to me?
It's true, Jen. Captain Cliff. If you had known, you would have marched to 𝐼'𝓂 with the handful of troops you had. It's one thing for me to cross him. I've some degree of sovereignty. But to defy your leader and commander could brand you a traitor.
If it's true, we're dealing with a far graver issue. I knew the Grand Chamberlain has been up to something. Yet, if he is now bracing for a war with Calpheon, who knows what he'll do when he feels cornered?
It seems there's no time left to lose. We must take action now. Adventurer, go to the council chamber immediately and keep an eye on the Grand Chamberlain. The Shadow Knights approach him now. You're the only one who can stop them. Please. We'll persuade Lady 𝕭𝒏💏. Hurry!
Adventurer, please save him. I beg you. You're the only one I can trust now.
The Shadow Knights approach him now. You're the only one who can stop them. Please.
Teach him a lesson.
Your Grace, you've seen it for yourself. The foundations that Medea built itself upon.
Yes, Grand Chamberlain. I know it well.
Then why do you hesitate? Your Grace, why do you think Calpheon took over Serendia? Black crystals. The black crystals. It's because of those black crystals. Reclaiming the rights to the black crystals will allow Serendia to prosper once more. We can welcome back the days of glorious splendor.
Grand Chamberlain, I am terrified.
You must remain resolute. The taxes are only temporary measures. If we can reclaim rights to the Black Crystal business, we can return the taxes to the people.
But how can we claim victory against Calpheon?
We have already completed the initial trials. If we supply harpies, sawnills, and trolls with pure black crystals, they will provide ample distraction for 𝕨𝕭𝓂 and 𝓂 Knights. If we seize that opportunity, we can take the Chief Counselor's head.
Isn't it all too obvious? They've already seen right through you.
Already? Is this... Sir Edmund? What are you doing here?
Glory to the sunlight upon the eagle's feathers, Your Grace.
Speak.
I will be extraditing the Grand Chamberlain Jourdain Ducasse to Calpheon.
Bastard, how dare you! I'm sorry, Grand Chamberlain. I was fearful.
Your Grace!
Sir Jourdain, you'll be wise to come quietly. You must stand trial before the Calpheon court. The trial will be fair, and if found innocent, Calpheon will compensate Serendia properly.
My fate does not end here. Not like this. This calls for a change of plan.
As I suspected, Shadow Knights! You're the one who... Quickly! Execute the traitor of Calpheon! At once!
Sir Edmund, this isn't what you promised.
Where is he? Jourdain.
Somebody please help!
Adventurer, you too. I truly believed you'd understand. Your Grace, there's no turning back now. Rest assured, you and the Lady 𝕨𝓁 will not be harmed.
Jourdain, why on earth are you doing this?
For the glory, for the splendor of Serendia.
Jourdain!
Adventurer, what in the world happened? Sir Edmund? Impossible! A knight of the Callis Parliament was used as a pawn? This is absurd!
Father? Father! Are you okay? Are you hurt?
Get away!
Oh, Your Grace, please, pull yourself together. Oh, good grief. His Grace's condition is... Wait! Did you say Jourdain disappeared with the Shadow Knights? Adventurer, head to where you first witnessed Jourdain with the Shadow Knights. That watchtower. There's said to be a secret chamber beneath it. Master 𝐼'𝓂 believes that to be their headquarters. We must stop them.
𝕁𝕦𝕔𝓙𝓁𝓁𝒃.
All has been set in motion. Bear witness.
The mark of darkness shall descend upon us. He shall emerge from the depths of this. Finally comes to us.
Before the Almighty, the King of Hexer has returned!
Jardine, have you finally succumbed to the darkness?
Of course. I always knew it would come to this. Come at me.
What purpose could revenge on Calpheon possibly serve? Damn it! You bastard!
Seems I need more time to get accustomed to this body. 𝕁𝕭𝓚.
Take cover! Jardine. That damn Jardine! To the very end! Does he not realize this path leads only to ruin? Sherry must be worried. Let's head back to 𝐼'𝓂 for now, adventurer.
Protector of Serendia, I have been awaiting your return. More importantly, her ladyship is waiting. Would you kindly follow me?
Adventurer, are you okay? You're not hurt, are you? Father, he's been bedridden all this time. The shock has caused him great pain. What of Sir Jordine? You didn't kill him, did you? Al, tell me it's not true. He was your friend, wasn't he? Oh, what am I supposed to do? Oh.
Jerry, dry your eyes. I'm here for you.
Adventurer, can you spare a moment to speak? As the protector of Serendia, I believe you must be kept abreast of the current situation. As you can see, His Grace is not in good health. Lady Jarette will soon take her father's place. Alfonso will step in to fill Jordine's vacancy, and my old bones are left to deal with the remaining imps. So the most important task now falls to you. Will you hear me out? According to Master 𝐿'𝑢𝑠, your destiny leads you down this path, even without me asking. Stop Jordine. No, stop Belmorn. It's a shameless request, but you are the only one to whom I can entrust this task. Lady Isabel will continue to assist you. She is one of the few nobles of Calpheon who still stands with Serendia. He was once my protege, so I cannot bring myself to ask you to end his life. Yet, I will respect any decision you make.
Adventurer, if you find him, tell him that I await him still. And as for you, proud protector of Serendia, we have prepared a place for you here to call home. When the road of adventure wears you thin, you can always find respite and comfort here with us. Adventurer, thank you for protecting Serendia. Adventurer, thank you for protecting Serendia. Yes, how can I ever forget him? I just hope that everything returns to how it once was. He left all on his own, intending to shoulder everything by himself. I feel so sorry for him. I will embrace him for an eternity if he returns, even if it means giving up everything I have. Adventurer, thank you for protecting Serendia. Funny, isn't it? I'm not entirely sure myself. When I first met you, I didn't like you for sure. The way we form bonds with one another, I'll never understand. But somehow, the person I trust the most right now is you. Oh, besides Sir Jordine, of course. Although, thanks to him, we're in quite a predicament at the moment. Adventurer, thank you for protecting Serendia. Calpheon is preparing for the election of Chief Counselor. If the administration changes, the political landscape will surely shift. To unify the divided public opinion, it's quite likely they'll use Jordine as a pretext to crush Serendia once again. The most favorable outcome would be for 𝐿'𝑢𝑟, a known ally of Serendia, to take the seat. But the odds of that are slim. Please stop Sir Jordine and prevent the situation from worsening. I will do what I can from here. Adventurer, thank you for protecting Serendia. I had no idea. Or did I? I want to believe I didn't. Perhaps I simply chose to ignore the reality. The ledger of that wretched girl at Elder Farm, the mercenaries gathered at Moretti Farm, the standing army, far too many just for bandits, and Bobby Lauren's ledger, clearly forged. But now, I cannot be deceived by such things for the sake of my people, who've staked their faith in me. Adventurer, thank you for I thought I would marry Sir Jourdain and become the wife of a duke, but alas, it seems I've now inherited all the duties of a duke myself. This world is so unpredictable. Nothing seems to go as planned. If by any chance he does return, can everything be put back in its place? Adventurer, thank you for protecting Serendia.
Warm greetings to you, protector of Serendia. First and foremost, we must prove that there's no connection between the Shadow Knights and the Duke of Serendia. In order to do that, your role is of utmost importance. Please, lend us your aid. If Jourdain falls into Calpheon's hands, a blood-stained blade will be aimed at Serendia next. First and foremost, we must prove that there's no connection between the Shadow Knights and the Duke of Serendia. The truth is, those troops were hastily assembled to keep the former Grand Chamberlain in check. Honestly, those soldiers could do with a good ass-kicking every now and again to keep them on their toes, if you want to stop by. Just don't hit them too hard. Don't want them any more traumatized than they already are. Warm greetings to you, protector of Serendia. To be honest, I'm ashamed to say that I'm uncertain. The farmland is in ruin, and there's little of the land to salvage. Rather than investing in the restoration of that region, it would be better to focus my efforts on restabilizing 𝐻𝑒𝓁𝑇. Without Lady Isabel's support, I wouldn't have been able to hold out as long as I did. It's that much of a lost cause. Warm greetings to you, protector of Serendia. Huh. Even you're greeting me like that? I'll say this as it's you, but it's making me uncomfortable. That Jourdain left so many affairs unresolved. I'm completely consumed with cleaning up his mess. If he was planning to descend the world into darkness, the least he could have done is leave the state's affairs in order.
It feels like I'm meeting an old friend, adventurer. Oh, why ask me something like that so suddenly? Ah, yes. I did hear that you lost your memory. My family, like you, weren't originally from Serendia, but we've been settled here for quite some time. I once asked my grandfather where we came from. He just smiled and looked into the skies. It feels like I'm meeting an old friend, adventurer. It was my fault. I misjudged the enemy's route and strengthened our forces at the capital instead of the border. But I didn't know it then. It was only after the war ended that I realized just how wrong my judgment had been. So when Jourdain ostracized me, I obediently complied. I thought it was best that I keep my distance from him. It feels like I'm meeting an old friend, adventurer. I was their swordsmanship master when they were boys. During the Calpheon War, they were my most trusted subordinates. As soon as they enlisted, things began to take a turn for the better. Soon we had our enemies' backs against the wall. They were really remarkable lads. If it weren't for Roxanne, that sordid wench, victory would have been ours. It feels like I'm meeting an old friend, adventurer. I've let Jourdain's disdain for me allow me to neglect the welfare of my nation for far too long. I'll assist the Duchess and current Grand Chamberlain with stabilizing 𝐻𝑒Ꝅl, and anything else they should need of me. And when it seems like this old man is losing his marbles, I hope to leave without any regrets. It feels like I'm meeting an old friend, adventurer. We've made significant progress since you defeated 𝕁𝕭 but there is still no end in sight. We're continuing to clear up the remnants, but those bastards aren't making it easy for us. Once we've made some headway, I'm considering handing things over to Balanos Vigilantes and returning to 𝐻𝑒Ꝅl.
Adventurer, never forget your strength, your resilience. It is my estimation that the Shadow Knights likely tried to make contact with you. Am I wrong? Perhaps they deliberately wanted you to interact with a high-purity black crystal, simply to observe the reaction. When they sensed your power, they might have mistakenly assumed that 𝕁𝕭 had awoken. Once they realized you were not, in fact, 𝕁𝕭, they likely began their actual preparations for his resurrection. You found an empty relic with Eden and Yaz, correct? That likely was their handiwork. It has been nearly a decade since the star fell upon the ancient stone chamber. Our paths are destined to cross again. I look forward to seeing just how you grow. Adventurer, never forget your strength, your resilience. Regrettably, the Duke of Serendia has yet to rise from his sickbed. The shock must have been great indeed, for now Caroline is attending to him. I suspect that 𝕁𝕭 is also related to the Black Spirit. I believed that you, a Black Spirit symbiote, might be able to read his journal, an assumption that I'm embarrassed to admit I never expected to pay off. You continue to intrigue me. The shock must have been great indeed, for now Caroline is attending to him. In all honesty, yes. You're a Black Spirit symbiote, the likes of which we've not seen before. Should our objectives converge, we hope that you'll cooperate with us. Fear not. For we're not those who wish for the world to fall into chaos. The shock must have been great indeed, for now Caroline is attending to him. I apologize, but I cannot tell you just yet. When the time comes, I'll let you know. Perhaps someday you'll embark on a long adventure alongside us. The shock must have been great indeed. You've more than proven your valor already. But 𝕁𝕭, he is something else. Eden, Orwyn, Yaz, and I are tirelessly seeking solutions. We should be able to offer you some assistance soon. Until then, it would be wise to avoid crossing paths with him. You are our only hope, which we cannot afford to lose.
Adventurer, I hope you will forgive my past rudeness. Well, the former Grand Chamberlain was quite exceptional in many ways. It's inevitable that he'll invite some comparison for a while. Still, being a student of General Cliff and having ruled a territory of his own, he should have ample experience. Adventurer, I hope you will forgive my past rudeness. No. She only acts intimidating in the presence of others. She would never actually follow through. If that were the case, would an old man like me have survived this long? It's all just a misunderstanding. Adventurer, I hope you will forgive my past rudeness. I was the one who trusted the words of that wicked woman, Roxanne, during the war and evacuated Lady 𝕭You understand. She still doesn't trust me. With His Grace no longer around, I'll probably retire soon.
thought only the Fogans wrought such chaos, but it looks like this place is a mess too. Thanks to you, everything's peaceful. The research isn't completely over yet, but we're making steady progress. All thanks to you subduing that terrifying Titium. I guess they don't call you a hero for nothing. I thought only the Fogans wrought such chaos. Oh! Adventurer! I came to report the results of the Fogan research, but I heard a rather outlandish tale going around. They say the Grand Chamberlain has rebelled, and his grace has been injured. Are you okay?
I was just trying to meet the quota. I did my best to help my country. You think I've got time to worry about that when my own nose is to the grindstone? Come to think of it, it's all because of you. That's why I wanted to wipe out all those imps. But no, you had to go and cozy up to the imp boss. I was just trying to meet the quota. I did my best to help my country. The laborers who conspired with the imp boss have reported me. They claim they didn't receive their salary. Those guys wouldn't even have a place to work if it wasn't for me. They're so ungrateful. If I feed those imps and even pay their wages, what's left for me to live on?
If you need anything, please let me know. Anything for a friend of the future Duchess. She had white clothes in her wardrobe, certainly. But she didn't wear them every day. But what makes you ask? It's not common for nobles to dress in white. If you need anything, please let me know. Anything for a friend of the future Duchess. She was Prince Antonio's consort, as well as the woman behind the kingdom's downfall. I don't know the details. All I know is that His Grace took her in and raised her as his own. Such an ungrateful, wretched woman. How could she have dared repay his kindness in such a way? If you need anything, please let me know. Yes, that's right. The eldest prince, Antonio, who briefly wore the crown, and the second son, Prince Sergio. There was also a third, Prince Vittorio. Alas, they have all since departed this world. His Grace was said to be very bright and full of vigor in his youth. But after losing his 3 beloved princes, he became a shell of his former self.
Roxanne! Ah!
Oh, I promised you something in return for completing the mission, right? Here, take it. I don't know why you're collecting black stones, but if we're to work together again, I suppose I'll need to gather more. Anyway, let's set off for Calpheon now. We will need to pass through 𝕨 Castle first. I'll leave first with Povius. Let's meet at the entrance of the castle, rookie.
𝐻𝑒𝓁𝓁𝑑𝑒, 𝐻𝑒𝓁𝓁𝑑𝑒.